If you've been waiting for a true reason to upgrade your Apple Watch, the wait might be over. Because in 2025, the Apple Watch Ultra 3 is finally coming, and it's not just another minor refresh, it's a massive leap, a complete transformation, and it could be the most advanced smartwatch Apple has ever made. Unlike the Ultra 2, which felt more like a polished version of the original, this time the upgrades are real. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 is finally getting new health features, next-gen connectivity, smarter software, and a more refined design. So, in this section, we'll cover every major upgrade you need to know, from sensors to speed, display to durability, and what it all means for you. Blood pressure monitoring, finally. Here let's begin with the biggest headline feature, blood pressure tracking. For years this has been the one thing Apple Watch fans were waiting for, and it's finally becoming real. According to reliable sources, the Apple Watch Ultra 3 is set to introduce blood pressure monitoring for the first time. This isn't just a gimmick, this is a health feature that could literally save lives. Now, yes, Samsung has offered this on its watches for years, even Whoop supports it. But there's always been a catch. All of those systems require manual calibration using an actual blood pressure cuff. You can't just wear the watch and get instant results. First, you need to measure your blood pressure with a traditional cuff. Only then will the watch show trends or averages. Apple is expected to follow that same model at first. You'll likely need to calibrate it once a month or so, and the readings may be focused on trends, not exact moment-to-moment data. But even so, that's still a game changer, because knowing your average blood pressure over time and getting alerts if things start going off track can help detect early signs of hypertension, which is often called the silent killer. And here's where it gets interesting. Apple isn't stopping there. The company's ultimate goal is no calibration at all. Just put on the watch and get real results instantly. That's incredibly ambitious. It's also probably why it took Apple so long to bring this feature out. But if they can pull it off, if the Apple Watch Ultra 3 can really do blood pressure tracking without cuffs, that would be a major leap forward for wearables.5G connectivity. Finally, cutting the cord, let's talk about something that might not sound flashy but changes everything. 5G support. iPhones have had 5G since 2020, but the Apple Watch still stuck on 4G until now. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 is expected to come with full 5G capability, not from Apple's own chips, but from a MediaTek modem replacing the old Qualcomm 4G one. This doesn't mean you'll be streaming 4K videos on your wrist, but it does mean faster syncing, smoother FaceTime audio, better app performance, and a watch that's more independent. If you use your watch without your iPhone nearby for running, cycling, or just being out and about, this upgrade could make a huge difference. It's not just about speed, it's about freedom. With 5G, the Ultra 3 becomes more like a standalone device, less like a companion, more like its own tool. That's a subtle shift, but it's an important one. Satellite SOS emergency help, even off the grid here. Another major upgrade, and one that could save your life in the right moment. Satellite connectivity is coming to the Ultra 3. Apple introduced Satellite SOS on the iPhone 14. It allows users to contact emergency services even when there's no cellular signal. But now, that same life-saving technology is expected to come directly to the wrist. With satellite support on the Apple Watch Ultra 3, you'll be able to send emergency messages, share your location, and even contact family and friends, all without your phone. Even if your iPhone is lost, dead, or nowhere nearby, your watch could become your lifeline. This is huge for outdoor lovers. Hikers, climbers, campers, and explorers will now have a new layer of safety. And in the world of outdoor gear, redundancy equals security. Having emergency SOS on your wrist, even when your phone isn't there, adds serious peace of mind. S11 chip, next level power and intelligence powering all these upgrades is the brand new S11 chip. The Ultra 2 ran on the S9 chip, which was solid, but the Ultra 3 is expected to leap forward with this next generation processor. That means faster performance, better efficiency, and longer battery life. But more than that, it also means smarter features, because this chip is designed for something Apple is calling Apple Intelligence. Apple Intelligence is Apple's take on AI for devices. We'll talk more about that in the software section. But just know this, the S11 chip is the heart of it all. Every improvement in responsiveness, every new smart feature, they all start with the S11. Expect apps to load faster, transitions to be smoother, and your overall experience to feel more immediate and seamless. Display upgrades, it's all in the details. Let's move to the screen. At first glance it might look the same, but there are several important changes under the hood. First, the Ultra 3 is expected to use the same LTPO3 display tech introduced in the Series 10. This means smoother refresh rates and more responsive, always-on displays. It also means better power management. Why does this matter? Because now, even when the display is off, it's still refreshing in a more natural way. Second, hands-on analog watch faces tick every second. Animations look smoother. It's a subtle upgrade, but one that makes the watch feel more alive. Also, brightness is getting another boost. The Ultra 3 already has one of the brightest screens on any smartwatch to 3000 nits. But now, Apple is adding side-angled brightness improvements. That means even when you glance at the watch from an awkward angle while running or biking, for example, the screen stays clear. No more wrist flicking, no more squinting. The display just works, and that's the kind of invisible upgrade that makes a real difference day to day. Faster charging. A big deal for Ultra users. Battery life has always been a strong point for the Apple Watch Ultra, but there's one complaint that pops up again and again: charging speed. Right now, it takes over an hour to get the Ultra to 280%. It's not terrible, but it's not fast either. With the Ultra 3, Apple is redesigning the metallic back of the watch to support faster charging, just like it did with the Series X. We're not expecting the same speeds as a tiny Series X, since the Ultra has a much bigger battery, but even a charge time of 40 minutes to 80% would be a game changer. That means you could top off the watch while grabbing coffee, taking a shower, or getting ready in the morning. No need to plan long charging sessions. This is one of those quiet upgrades that will improve your everyday life more than you expect. Software: watchOS 12 and Apple Intelligence beyond the hardware. The Ultra 3 is also launching with watchOS 12, and that means some major changes in how the watch actually feels to use. The new operating system introduces a more modern visual style, inspired by the Vision Pro interface. We're talking about transparent layers, floating buttons, and a cleaner, more organized layout. It'll look familiar, but also fresh. But the real magic lies in Apple Intelligence. This is Apple's new platform for AI-driven features across iPhone, iPad, and Apple Watch. And while we don't know everything yet, here's what it could mean. Personalized health tips based on your trends, smart workout suggestions, AI, sleep coaching, adaptive interface based on your daily routines. This is where Apple is trying to take things to the next level. Instead of just collecting your health data, the watch might finally start explaining it to you, interpreting it, and even acting on it. This transforms the Apple Watch from a tracker into a true assistant, a smart, context-aware, health-first tool that adapts to your needs. Wrapping up Section 1, so let's recap. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 is no minor update. It's a major shift, bringing blood pressure monitoring, 5G, satellite SOS, a powerful new S11 chip, brighter and smoother displays, faster charging, and the beginning of Apple's big AI platform. Each of these features would be meaningful on its own, but together, they turn the Ultra 3 into something much bigger than just a fitness tracker. It becomes a survival tool, a health coach, a real smartwatch, and perhaps the most advanced wearable Apple has ever made. This is the Apple Watch that many have been waiting for. And in the next section, we'll see how it stacks up against the competition, Samsung, Garmin, and more, and help you decide if it's really worth the upgrade.